State Representative.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here today for this important event and to see so many people taking part in it. Representative Joe Schumacher was here as well earlier, who represents this area, and wanted to make sure that I extended his greetings to you. Where I actually come from is R-Acton Township. And of course, R-Acton is where the first 5 were killed, which precipitated the conflict in Minnesota, which led to 6 weeks of war, and if you carry it farther, led to 28 years more of war, culminating in Wounded Knee. My great-great-grandfather, Ole Halverson Ness, was at R-Acton 150 years ago tonight at the inquest of those who were killed and brought them to Ness Church. And so I want to say to my Dakota friends, welcome back to Minnesota today. Welcome to the homeland of your ancestors. It's been 149 years since many of your forefathers were banished from Minnesota and exiled beyond the boundaries of any state. The U.S.-Dakota War of 1862 left a legacy of tragedy and shame. But as bad as the war was, in many ways the aftermath was worse. The military trials, executions, the forlorn procession to Bedote, which was Minnesota's own Trail of Tears, the internment at Fort Snelling, imprisonment at Davenport, inhumane transport by boat and train, and eventual settlement at Crow Creek claimed hundreds of lives and caused enormous suffering. Many more died in the aftermath than in the war. Some avoided going to Crow Creek, only to be hunted down later by Generals Sibley and Sully. For those, particularly descendants of the European Americans, there is an important point to be remembered. It is this: most of your ancestors did not take part in the Minnesota War at all. Some even helped white hostages and settlers to avoid death or captivity, and they were rewarded with banishment. Many wrongs were committed in the past. They cannot be ignored, and they should be remembered. We remember the past to make a better future. The truth is important. And several speakers have mentioned the importance of education. And in this whole tragic era, education is important. It's the key to knowledge. Knowledge leads to understanding, and understanding to healing. The Indian Removal Act of 1863 is still on the books. It is a federal law. It is a travesty that something like this exists, even if it has no practical effect today. Therefore, I support efforts to amend the Removal Act to welcome Dakota people back to Minnesota. Wounds from 1862 are still open, and this is a step towards healing. The spiritual path to healing is open before us, and let us follow it in a good way. Welcome back to Minnesota. I just want to highlight a couple of events that I know of that are coming. There are many events in the next 6 weeks. Brown County, New Ulm, Fort Ridgely. There are a lot of things going on, but a couple I want to highlight. On Sunday at Ness Church, which is located 5 miles southwest of Litchfield, just off Highway 1, at 1:30 there will be a ceremony of healing, a wiping of tears. Reverend Alan Kitto from Santee, or from Lincoln, Nebraska, has been helping me put this together. And on September 17th at Ridgewater College at Wilmer, there will be a gathering of descendants. We're going to put out a call across the states for those who are descended from people who were in some way involved in 1862's events to come to Wilmer. There will be a panel discussion and a gathering of descendants. So just wanted to highlight those two things. Once again, thank you for this opportunity.